Hello, friends. This is film critic Ahwaan from Cineblues, and it's my great pleasure to have Siddharth Sen today on our show. He has directed the recently released Good Luck Jerry, which has been streaming on Disney Plus Hotstar. Welcome, Siddharth ji. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Great. So, Siddharthji, the first and foremost thing we would like to know from you is like a flabby part of your career was into advertising, right? You did many ad films and a lot of things there. So, so, how did it help you in carving a journey for yourself as a film director?
But it actually helped me a lot, sir. बहुत ज़्यादा मैं कहूँगा because see, I was assisting first in feature films. So when I was assisting, it's been 15 years journey. I have started my journey with Deepak Dobriyal assisting in Oila Ki Lucky Way. So yeah, since then I did research for that film. Then I went to many other films. I ended up doing commercial film like Agnipath, but couldn't complete the whole film. The setup was so different, so wide, so big. Then I did a lot of international films. Then I did films like Budhya Singh Born to Run. There are smaller films, Children of War, international films. All that while I aim was to make my feature. So when I was struggling to make my feature film, I got a chance to meet someone from the industry called who owns a company called Rangrez, Nidhi and Ashraf. And when I met them, they hired me for a TV show, which I was a little skeptical. But the show was so interesting, called The Great Escape. It was about the greatest escape ever happened in India and subcontinent.
Yeah, it came in Epic channel, right? Epic, and then it was brought to Netflix, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Okay.
So that show, I ended up directing 3 episodes.
Okay.
So that was my breakthrough moment in industry where I was trying too hard to make my feature film, and I got this chance to direct because of these two wonderful people, Nidhi and Ashraf, and gave me this chance. They gave me this chance, and I ended up directing 3 episodes. And from there, somebody saw from advertising, and a couple of people called me and said, "Ki, we want to." I had no plans ever to direct ads.
Okay.
And I was served on platter. I will be very honest. I was very young. I was trying to become a feature film director, but I ended up becoming an ad filmmaker. I ended up making 60 ad so far, 60, 65.
Wow.
And what I understood that while on my feature journey as an assistant and everything was about temperament, everything about storytelling, everything was about understanding performances, everything was about those little how emotions and everything. But advertising was all about nuances.
Right.
Advertising was all about the emoting in those 30 to 1 minute, 30 seconds to 1 minute.
Right.
Advertising was all about visuals, because you to attract the audience or the consumers to buy that product.
Right.
To allure them. So all that was a ball game. But because I was coming from a feature film background, my way of looking into advertising was also very different, and that's why my ad, I have not been called as a typical ad filmmaker. I'm not as renowned as any other big ad filmmaker also, because I'm not doing the regular commercials of selling soap, selling salt, selling all those things. I was getting all musical ads, anthem, Kolkata Knight Rider ka anthem ho gaya, ya Indian Soccer League ho gaya, ya sports anthem, ya or your commercials like where you have the singing and dancing, or road commercials where car and bikes are involved. So all that storytelling, stylized nuances. But what I was learning on the file was, of course, one, crunching the story in 30 seconds to 1 minute to 2 minutes, but more of nuances, which in feature film you don't give so much importance, because feature film, the bigger are more important.
Yeah.
But advertising
on a bigger scale, right?
Yeah. In macro is more important.
Yeah, right.
In advertising, micro is very important. So nuances, I started looking for those little nuances in that 30 seconds. Performances में nuances, setup set में nuances, camera angle में nuances, colors, art, everything में वो जो चीजें हैं ना वो मुझे advertising से मिली है.
Yeah. And
मुझे advertising.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Moreover that makes you a wholesome filmmaker, like altogether.
Yeah. And see, there are good things and then there are pros and cons both. Advertising में temperaments अलग होते हैं. Feature का temperament अलग होता है. 30 days, 50 days on a set is a different thing, and 2 days on a set is a different thing. So I was also getting spoiled because I was losing my habit of being on set for that long, which I was doing as an assistant director. Right. But then I kept reminding myself that I have to do my feature and I want to go back to feature film and all those things. All that while I kept meeting, but when I got my feature and when I started, I realized that I had to remind a couple of things, and I had to take a couple of things. I had to take the nuances. Right. I had to the way of looking into feature film changed a lot by then.
Yeah.
Pre-advertising, different kind. That was one change which happened. And what I had to unlearn while I was directing a feature, that I have to give importance. The priority is the story.
Correct. Yeah.
Not the colors, not the
things. Yeah.
Not the minutest thing, but the biggest the most important priority is the storyline, story, performance, and story. And I had to keep reminding myself, don't go here and there on visuals, on locations only. And although I am very happy my film is getting praised because of the visuals, because of the camera, because of the way I have treated it, that is coming from the habit of advertising. But I have tried balancing it that it doesn't go overboard.
Correct. So Good Luck Jerry is actually a remake, right, of a 2018 Tamil film which starred Nayanthara. So did you have any kind of skepticism or inhibition taking up to remake an original? Like, did you have any kind of,
Yes. I was skeptical. 100% I was skeptical. I will not deny that. And a little bit of insecurity pushed me to do better. I will be very honest. So I would not call it a remake anymore. I it's not me. If anyone who has seen both the film, whether it is better, not better, whether it's bad, whether it's whatever, the people who have seen Kolamaavu Kokila and people who will see Good Luck Jerry, they will say it's two different films.
They will the setting is so different. There is a stark difference between.
There's a huge difference. The character of Jerry is different.
Yeah, right.
Like the original film has a father. We have minus the father. There is no Momo connection in the film. There is no. Jerry never works as a masseuse. Kolamaavu Kokila never works. Coco never works as a masseuse. My Jerry works as a masseuse. The father is no more. So these three women are struggling to survive and trying to find that balance. And there is these three men who are hovering around them. All these things are new. The gangster world has been completely changed into a more lovable character. Their gangster world is a villain world with quirks. And their humor, their world is very, very regional. That is the best part of that film. That why did I pick that up when I went to Anand? I went with my own scripts and loved those scripts, and he wanted to produce it. That was pre-pandemic time.
Okay.
and then the pandemic. As the pandemic happened, our plan started changing because it was a bigger scale film.
Okay.
So we realized this is difficult to mount at that point of time. So he asked me to watch Kolamaavu Kokila.
Okay.
But that I was a little skeptical. Like I said, I don't want to do remake. But he said, just give it a watch. And my writer Pankaj told me that opportunity is knocking your door. There are several times earlier also happened. I won't name, but I was offered because of my advertising reel. I was offered a couple of films.
Right.
Before also, which I had said no. I want my own script.
Yeah.
Somebody just rang the bell, so I just asked you, can I take a break? So it's done. It's done. So I'm saying. So I watched Kolamaavu Kokila.
Okay.
So when I watched Kokila, I thought that it is so regional at core. It is so tough at its core. The humor is very Tamilian. The characters are so Tamilian. The setting is so Tamilian that if I remake it, it will fall flat.
Yeah.
I have to change it because this will not work for the Hindi audience.
Right,
I will
right.
have to change the world. I have to change the storyline, keeping the same essence, keeping the same soul. I have to change a lot of things around it.
Right.
So I told that you write, go and do whatever you want. So I didn't met him for 3 months.
You had the full luxury and liberty. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because it was a pandemic time, so we were anyway not meeting.
Okay.
So Pankaj went and completely started changing the whole scenario. We just had an initial discussion of not having the father. These were our initial discussion, just minus the father, and all that thing we decided.
Okay.
And then he went through and then started bringing this Momo thing and all this. And then when the script came through, it was pretty much a different script. Then I started adding my thing to it. And then the whole thought from that time till the making was to go further, explore further more into a new world, which people has not seen, which is very away from the original. That was the whole thought throughout. So somehow I know whether I have managed to make a better film or not, but I have managed than the original.
Yeah. So in Good Luck Jerry, you worked with a team of veterans like Mita Vashisht. She's so senior. She has got like she has been in the industry for more than 3 decades. Deepak Dobriyal and even Saurabh Sachdeva and all these players, like veterans. But how was it? Did you ever feel the challenge of getting Janhvi Kapoor into the mold of dark comedy? Because she has not played it in dark comedy. It was like romance in Dhadak and Ruhi. It was like more of a comedy and horror genre. Dark comedy is something special. Is something different. If I would interpret that way. So, did you face any kind of challenge in that regard?
Yeah, I think as a first-time director, I wanted to take the challenge. I will be very honest. Yeah. And when you're doing a remake, I more wanted to take. I told you, I can't deny. It started with little insecurity. That with that insecurity, I took more challenges. I tried that I will take challenges where I can show my capabilities. So Ruhi to is more like of Rajkumar's film is not mounted on Jerry.
Right.
It was not mounted on Janhvi. I wanted Good Luck Jerry is mounted on Janhvi.
Yeah,
so
right.
It is a bigger responsibility on like Gunjan was. So what happened when we started writing and when the writing finished, our first thought was we changed. We initially thought that we will change Kokila's character into a young character. Like Nayanthara's character was much matured. She was a 30-year-old woman, looked like a more matured character, more different, very straight-faced character. Nayanthara played a very straight-faced character because she's a veteran. She's one of the. She played a very mysterious character by keeping a straight face.
Right.
That you don't know what is she thinking. We can't do that with Janhvi because people will call her. She didn't perform well. So we made our character more expressive.
Okay.
And now 2 things work for me thinking Janhvi is everybody was exploring Janhvi so far as a vulnerable character.
Right.
Or vulnerability was people were using. I wanted to misuse that vulnerability. I wanted to misuse. You think she's vulnerable and that will be the game. She's not.
She's not.
So I used her vulnerability. I misused it.
Brilliant one.
So misused that. And secondly, I saw Zoya Akhtar's Ghost Story where she played a nurse.
The first part, with Vijay Verma, I think.
Yes.
I remember that.
And I felt 2 things I realized. She is a good actor.
Yeah.
I think people still haven't seen her with the right film and right space. In that little 20 minutes, I realized that she's a very good actor. She has the capability. Right. Second, she has a knack of grabbing language. In that Ghost Story, she had grabbed the language which had an accent of Kannadiga, but from some Bandra mix. So I asked her, how did you get that language? So she said, it's from my house. It's from my house help who used to talk like that. So I realized that she can get language very well.
Oh,
So these are
fantastic.
the two things it feel that she can play it. And she also came from although she's Sridevi's daughter, she's a star and all that. So I was a little nervous that I'm going to narrate her. When we narrated her the story and she liked it, what made me more confident about her was that when after narrating and when she liked the script, she was very happy, but she came with a little doubt. She
Okay.
was also a little insecure, was also a little doubtful, and she said, will I be able to
Do
do
it.
this?
Yeah.
And that moment we were equals.
Yeah.
I said, okay,
So
now if
wavelength
you
match.
have,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you have that yourself more, that's where you will push yourself.
Okay.
So we started from there because better to be not confident or overconfident. You have to be little, you have to step back to run furthermore. So I think she took a step back to enter luxury, and then this started walking. Then she started walking, and then while we finished, that run was visible.
Perfect. Yeah, great. Siddharthji, when I was talking to Mita Vashisht 2 days back during the Good Luck Jerry interview, she told that like she has worked with a long set of directors, right, from the 90s to the current timeline. And abhi kya ho raha hai ki the new breed of directors, they are addressing her as Mita ji. That gap thing is becoming very, prominent. वो थोड़ा अलग सा treatment हो जाता है, behavioral dynamics. So did you also face that kind of behavioral dynamics while working with your vast set of characters? Because you have a veteran set of actors, like I was telling you, like Deepak ji the and Mita ji, all these people, and there is a newcomer, or there's a relatively new actor, Janhvi here. So did you face that kind of, distinction?
मैं बहुत किस्मत वाला था. I was very lucky. You should ask Mita ma'am how I don't know if you asked, because she kept calling me, you are a naughty class 10th schoolboy, because I was behaving with her like she was my friend.
Okay.
मीता मैम बोलता था मैं, लेकिन she and गाला टाइम मैम मैं डांटता था उनको. वो मेरे को बोलती यार तू. she used to tell me कि मेरे साथ कोई डायरेक्टर इतना फन और इतना मस्ती कोई नहीं किया तू जितना करता है तेरे. और तेरे को मेरे को आज, and she had to listen everything to me. She was telling यार मैं किसी डायरेक्टर का इतना नहीं सुनती जितना तेरा सुनने लगी. she was having gala time, and she kept she used to come up with great ideas, and if something which I don't want, and if I used to say कि नहीं चल ये नहीं चाहिए मुझे, and she used to be कि यार मतलब वो मान लेती थी, because she used to say यार in some other set ना I will get into an argument with you. I don't like to do argument. तो जो बोल रहा वही.
Okay.
So I had these kind of actors who were loving me more than listening to me, more than following me. They were loving me. Deepak bhai and we were like brainstorming together. Let's do this. Let's do that. But like me, my writer, and Deepak bhai were like brainstorming together. The only person whom I was getting little intimidated was Sushant sir. Sushant sir, I was getting little intimidated because of his personality. Because of his personality. But what I did, because I was getting intimidated, I told him, सर मुझे डर लगता है आपसे कि आपको कुछ बोलूंगा आप नहीं मानोगे तो. बोलते यार ये तो वो मुझे बोलते मैं शक्ल का क्या करूं, अब कुछ क्या करूं अभी. So they were that nice. सौरभ सचदेवा तो मतलब we were friends. The set was full of fun. Our set was one of the fun. This is not me, this is my crew members, this is my actors have said that this was their one of the best fun set.
Fantastic. So it was lovely talking to you. You really made my afternoon. Thanks, Siddharthji. It was really great conversation. And I wish you all the best for all your future projects. I think you are working on a couple of them. So wishing you all the very best, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Thank you for having me here. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.